Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern. A little late, sorry about that. August 27th, 2019. As we continue to learn about who and what we are, learn about ourselves, embrace the reality of that which we are, is very important. All of this external influence, this incessant, attracting the mind and the ego and causing us to think in flurries in many different directions, and after a while, we just don't even realize that we're engaged with it. We don't. It's very difficult to do that because we're in such habit of it that it's just constant. And so that's what draws us away from the trueness of ourselves, of our gods, the reality. That's why so many people are kind of despondent about it. If you went up to somebody and said, "Hey," and you shared some stuff with them, you literally would have, you'd be situations where they'd look at you obviously like, cuckoo type situation, which it doesn't make them, negative people. It's just that they're disconnected because they've been taught so long from birth all the way through into the adult body that they are they just don't know. They're disconnected. And you're fortunate that you're connected enough to identify the fact that you are God in that body, that you house the kingdom of God in that body, and that it is everlasting. It is always. And so the more we begin to embrace it, and the more we embrace it, the more at peace we become, the more in joy we are. And isn't that the culmination of where we're heading? That we're not in the opposite direction where we keep going lower and lower and lower vibrational frequencies and harmonies, where we begin to fracture emotionally, and we begin to understand that all of this stuff, all of it, is not our world. It's not our world. When I talk about Earth, I'm talking about the world. Okay? It's not our world. It is a contrived, constructed, and engineered enslavement structure for us, making us to believe certain things that are just illusions. So, this journey that we're all on is about a total transcendence out of the prison that we have been kept on. It is absolutely imperative that we stay away from the goop, the muck, the lower frequencies. And that means that we have to literally move our the only way it's going to happen is it's going to happen with you. Not outside, but with you. So, the clearer you are, and the more understanding you become with yourself, and the more love that you give yourself, and the more attention that you are a God, and you house the kingdom of God within you. That is the peace and the joy. It's everything. Everything that we've been taught to seek outside of ourselves. Isn't that amazing? All this time we've been seeking outside of ourselves, leaving our home base behind like it's meaningless, really has no structure or anything, and believing that there's this Shangri-La in the sky somewhere. So, we become a lot of humanity becomes robotic, stuck in the, looking at their cell phones and looking at this and looking at that, and totally ignoring interaction with themselves, loving themselves, loving their bodies, not in an ego way, in a humble way, in respect and gratitude. So when you look at this structure, that all of you are aware of it, you know what it is, and you know how it operates, so that we are not in a situation where we're in the dark and we're being misled and confused, because now we have the clarity. At least you should have some of it, with the understanding that you're leaving this low-frequency world. Now, part of you won't want to, okay? Part of you will fight it. Part of you will say, oh, no, this is comfortable. No, let's stay here. This is familiar. The other is not familiar. What if? What if? The what ifs, the mind and the ego start coming in. What if this? What if that? Okay? You ever notice that when you're going to do something, okay, that's out of the ordinary, that's a shift for you during your normal course of existence during the day, whatever, you ever notice that you become, your mind starts, you may not be conscious about the mind doing this, but things start happening to you, and you start going, well, and then you have these ebbs, these low energy, where you say, oh, I don't know if I want to do this now. I don't know if I want to do that now. Maybe I'm just going to say no, I'm just not going to do that, and I'm just going to stay nice and comfy, cozy, laying on this nail like the dog on the porch. And we all have that. It comes up. Have you ever said, yeah, I'll be there? Okay. Someone says, can you come? We'd like to this. Oh, yeah, I'll be there. And then, as the time approaches, you say to yourself, why did I say that? I don't really want to go there. See? You ever had that? I'm sure all of us have at one time or another, more than once. Or you commit to something, and then you say, I don't know if I want to do that. It doesn't feel right. It's uncomfortable. Okay? And then that means that, okay, we're going to lay on the nail. We're going to stay on that nail because we are comfortable with our discomfort. It's to push ourselves out of our comfort zone. And you know what that is? That's change. That is absolute change. It's uprooting everything. It's like when you move, like some of you have probably done many times. It's every time you move, it's like people go, oh, I don't want to do this, and because it's change. Instead of saying this is great, excuse me, the flow is great, everything is, this is going to be phenomenal, this is a new adventure. But very few people do that. Oh, I again, and inevitably we end up moving again. Okay? That's just one thing. There's a lot of things. Job changes, all kinds of stuff. People changes, interactions. And we usually fight it. We usually fight it because we're so comfortable being uncomfortable. So, free yourself. No one else is going to free you. You must free yourself. Free yourself. Release yourself into freedom, freeness, expansiveness, hugging, embracing change, valuing each step of the way. So, in this meditation, it is freeing yourself. So if you will, go to the place where you are not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure most of you are. And the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to relax that body of yours. And you want the body to just shoulders drop. Let the stress, anxiety, worry, thought processes into the future and the past drop away. And to help you with that, you move into the now. And as you move into the now, you literally are not participating in future thoughts or past thoughts. You're just in the now. This very moment, this very now. And when you do that, your body relaxes more. You move into stillness, the mind, still the mind. Because in the now, the mind doesn't have much to do. See? You drop off of the white noise and the static on both ends, future and the past. It goes away. You're not in it anymore. You're not participating. You're not an active participant. You're a bystander. So the body relaxes. You move into the now. Your mind is stilling. You're stilling the mind. And to ensure that you're focused on the now, you're going to want to breathe. You want to breathe through the nose and out the mouth. So you breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. And as you're breathing, you breathe in through the nose. You want to hold at 1001, 1002, 1003. And exhale through the mouth. The reason, for those of you who are new, the reason that we hold our breath for 3 seconds is to focus on the now. The breath is the now. This helps you. And people say, well, what is the now? What is that? What is it like being in the now? It's being at peace. It's stilling the mind, which means you go quiet. It means when you still the mind, you don't have all these incessant thoughts into the future, into the past. They're not there. Because usually your thoughts are in the future. You're worried about this. You're thinking about this. You're wondering about this. It's always in the future. You're always projecting into the future. Okay? Or, and see, we're so used to it. Or you're projecting into the past. Your thoughts are in the past, and you're going over things and reviewing things from the past, or yesterday, or the day before, 2 hours ago, or whatever. And then you bounce into the future. That's why it seems so busy for us all the time. That's why it seems like we're so crowded with ourselves and our thoughts. But this stills your mind. The breathing, you're just in nothingness. You're in a void. You're in stillness. And this is the trueness of being in the now. You're not going to hear voices, bells going off or anything. It's just going to be absolutely still quiet. Now you're going to want to do this breathing at least 6 times while I'm talking. And when you breathe in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. The divine positive energy is literally from all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. It's from Source. It's from the collective consciousness of the universes. And it's constantly streaming in communication with your God. But most of us are not connected to that. So the stream goes into the God, and it stays there, and it's just, we don't acknowledge it, and we aren't aware of it. Others, they know it because they have this feeling from the heart mind comes in, and they know they're being communicated with. And it is, the understanding is that you are the master and commander of your light ship, the light ship being that your body carries the God-light energy, the kingdom of God, the God within you. And it means that only you are the one who has the authority and the power to release yourself from bondage, to free yourself. It isn't someone outside of you. Again, we always look to that outside factor. It's, well, this, and I'll be free. But it is what your intention is with yourself on how you are free. No one else. So you free yourself. You let go of all of these things that hold on to you, that weigh you down, that constrain you, and they give you the feeling of almost claustrophobic. You're being crushed and pummeled and suppressed by yourself, by you. And when you move into stillness of the mind and you are relaxed and you understand that you have always been free, you have not been. It is because you have been tricked in this matrix to believe that your freedom is dictated to you from external sources. And it is absolutely the opposite. This message to your God and to you is to free yourself, understanding who and what you are. You have always been free. It's the mind and the ego that has made you believe that you are enslaved. Now when you breathe out, you're breathing out any doubt, any conflict of thinking from the aspect that the mind and ego say, oh no, that's wrong, that's wrong. No, you are a slave. You know that, you're not free. Right? And so for many, that's what they believe because the mind dictates that to them. It conjures this stuff up. And no matter how much the external sources and external influences, authority, try to convince the civilization that it is enslaved through subtle ways, it's to no avail. Once you connect with your God, you will understand that you've always been free. But the mind has imprisoned you in the way you think and the way you view, period. So we fold into the heart mind. We literally in stillness fold into the heart mind. We're up into the head area of the body. We're floating above the heart effortlessly. We are in total peace, stillness of mind, and our frequencies are moving into perfect harmony. And we're in the now. And when we do this, we are immediately embraced, merged with our gods. It's always joyous to merge with your God. It's always wonderful. It's so uplifting. It's so enlightening. It is just absolutely magna-glorious. And as we understand this. And we love our gods, and our gods love us. And we create the kingdom of God here on earth. Each and every one of us. So you imagine yourself and everyone else walking around, and the kingdom of God is everywhere. It's everywhere. So then you take it a little step further and say, then I should be able to create the world I desire. Exactly. As long as you still the mind, as long as you're in the now, and as long as you identified that you are and always have been free, and that you've disconnected from the illusion of the matrix world. We are heaven on earth. It is up to us to create heaven or the opposite. It is up to us to be free or to be enslaved. It always has been up to us. No one else. The only power that exists on this planet is within each and every one of us. The rest is simply illusion. It is an absolute game, a long-playing soap opera. Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light. We are at the equator of this planet Earth. We encase this planet Earth in a perfect sphere. The sphere is deep eternal love. It permeates, protects, floods and saturates all life on and in this planet. You can see it. It's like a gossamer veil. It's clear, but it's glittering, and it's reflecting, and it's saturating. You can see the particles literally saturate into all life, and all our brothers and sisters, in the atmosphere, in the oceans, and the earth, soil. And we begin to float up above the planet, and we are also encased in this same impenetrable field of deep eternal love. And the only thing, obviously, that can ever penetrate it is more deep eternal love. So we are protected 24/7. Now, we're immediately called by our gods to call on our other brothers and sisters, our other parts of Source. And all of the light energy beings located in all the universes, all existences, all densities, all dimensions, all that there ever has been, ever will be, and ever is, ever. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in generosity, peace, kindness, joy. They are in humbleness. They're in bliss. And they come arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in the Google plexus. They fill the sacredness of space. They fill this entire universe. They fill beyond. And they are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we're of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we're all one. We literally are all one, and we are all love. Source is pure, deep, eternal love. And our God light energy expands exponentially throughout the sacredness of space. We call upon all of the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, all of the angels, all of the civilization, who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They've assisted us for eons in kindness and joy and peace and support and healing. generosity. They're in tranquility. They're in benevolence. And they come, they flock in, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us in this now, in this meditation. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we're all one, and we're all love, and our godlike energy expands. Expands. We call upon the ascended masters. These are those who have left the body, ascended out of body, who have left the matrix, and who have come back to risk the fact of being caught, to assist us, to love us, to help us. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are peace. They are joy. They are kindness. They are generosity. They are humbleness. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Evidentia, just to name a few. There are many, many, many more. And they come in massive numbers, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us in a circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love. And our God-light energy continues to expand and saturate all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. We call upon the inhabitants of Agartha, in earth, hollow earth, beneath earth. All of the civilizations who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, who are in peace, joy, benevolence, kindness, generosity, humbleness. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, to join us in this now, in this meditation. And they are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and they are from the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And they are all, we are all one. They are all, and we are all love. And our God-light energy continues to spread out, flooding and saturating all our frequencies, harmonizing the entire universe in the highest of love frequencies. We call upon the galactics, off-worlders. Only those of these civilizations who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, who are in perpetual peace, happiness, joy, generosity, kindness, compassion, humbleness, caring, bliss, benevolence. They have been assisting us with our evolution, our enlightenment, our ascension. And freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this circle of light, in this now, in this meditation. They They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We're all one. We're all love. And our God light energy continues exponentially to flood and saturate all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever in deep eternal love. We call upon all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in generosity, peace, joy, bliss, tranquility, kindness, caring. Generosity. And they come and they join us arm in arm, hand in hand, in the billions, in this now, in this meditation. They are of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy continues to flood existence. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet, in this now. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, dwarfs, trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the mermaids, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and great gratitude, kindness, joy, bliss, generosity, benevolence, tranquility. And arm in arm, hand in hand, they come in the trillions, shapes, forms, sizes, colors, configurations you've never laid eyes on before. And they are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes, and we're all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is all that there is, ever will be, ever has been, ever. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. We created this sphere. It's housing all of our meditations in perpetual motion. It is omnipotently powerful. Its frequency is of the highest high. It is of pure intent of deep eternal love. It sits center circle. It can be seen, heard, and felt throughout this universe, throughout all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. It saturates all that there is. It transforms all negative vibrational frequency into perfection of harmonistic frequencies of the highest high of deep eternal love. You feel it as it floods you. It saturates you. It literally communicates with you that you have always been free. You have not been anything else but free. You are God. You are omnipotent. You are perfection. You are the divineness of creation. And you are free. You can feel it flood and saturate you with this strength of knowing, this understanding of who and what you are. and how your mind has tricked you incessantly into believing the opposite. We look down upon the planet, we see our brothers and sisters, we see all life, we see all the light, all the God energy light, and we flood them with the awareness. We communicate with their gods. They make higher efforts to communicate with their 3D bodies so that they can expand their understanding that they are free. They can move effortlessly, anywhere, anytime. They can create anything, effortlessly, anywhere, anytime. They are pure, deep, eternal love. Always have been. It is the illusion and the trickery of the mind and the ego that manipulate us into the lower frequencies. Once your heart-mind is in charge through love, deep appreciation for the mind and ego, understanding that they are an obeyance through your heart-mind. Anything that you desire, as long as you are not standing in your own way, it shall be. Anything that you intend, as long as you are not standing in your own way, imprisoning yourself into slavery, it will be. The more stillness you move your mind into, the more quiet and calm that you can become, the higher your frequency will rise, and the sooner you can connect with the complete flow of Source. And only in that moment and understanding will you become enlightened enough to know that that is your true home. Be the kingdom of God that you are. Be the love that you are. And be the change that you desire. Embrace the change. Love the change. Love your freedom. Acknowledge your freedom. Embrace your freedom. And for all on this planet and in it, I'll join you in a meditation. I'll return to close us out. power that you are, the knowing, not the guessing, the knowing. That now you consciously are aware that you're the one that frees yourself. No one else does. It's never been that way, where some outside force frees you or enslaves you. It is, from the 3D perspective in this matrix, it is the trick, the illusion. Be in stillness as much as you can. Love yourself as much as you can. Practicing this automatically moves you into higher frequencies, and it moves you closer and closer to theta and into the stream of source. Experience the peace that you are. Experience the love that you are. Experience the joy that you are. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We have a time for change call already coming up tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we will be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern, August 28th, 2019.